read information, a lot of content, article on Wikipedia. So this is basically what we do on this. We are editors of Wikipedia. And the funny part is, most of the things we read on Wikipedia is written in English, right? Now, we here, as you see us here, we are the Tyap version of the Wikipedia. That's what we produce. So we translate the English Wikipedia into Tyap. I believe you understand this stuff. We translate the English Wikipedia into Tyap. So bringing us over here today is the students. Number one, a lot of us speak the language on the street, in our homes. Speaking is different because by virtue of giving birth to us, we can speak a language. So we can just find it easy to speak. Then the other thing is writing. Somebody can speak, but when it comes to writing, the predominant is Italian. So that's how we are all here. So first is to prepare our based on what we do. That interest in Wikipedia. Then alright? That interest of which we believe we are all people of interest. For you to be here, you have you are hungry for the language. And you want to see this language survive. And that is number. And the first place for us to safeguard to protect this language is to document it. And how do you document it? That's where Wikipedia comes. There are people who are part of platform that can document this language. Nobody is telling us to pay anything. This platform and document. We operating here, we are operating as an affiliate of the Wikimedia Foundation. We are an affiliate of the Wikimedia Foundation. The Wikimedia Foundation is based in the United States. That is the Heritage Foundation. So that foundation has this project, which the Wikipedia is part of those projects. And by virtue of what we do here, we have harnessed the little part of this. So as we work all this together, we are going to open on everything to us and we are going to see what we do clearly. And I believe those of us that can work with what we do is not something that will stop you from doing your work. But rather, we are consistent and we know what we can do. We do not only give you pride, but we will put you with the knowledge and the way of life. We will keep to improve. Because in this tool, we have a whole lot of opportunities. Many opportunities. But it all depends on us. Whether we harness it, or we let it. Now, in this office that we see here, we, as an affiliate, we have about 4 or 5 affiliates, 5 affiliates in Nigeria. Now we have the Hausa language, which we all know. It's one of those killer languages in this part of the world. It's consuming our language, not sending our language into a teacher. Now, as the Hausa language, we have Yoruba. And those are believed to be one of the 3 languages in Nigeria. But I want to say that here is a 4th language in Nigeria. So it's a 4th language. So, in as much as we see ourselves as small, there are people who are working behind this situation this language survive. And that is us, including you that is here now. So everything we are being taught here today is to prepare us for what we do. It's to prepare us for what we do. Now, whatever we do here, we have a lot of activities, series of activities. But when we call, we only have foreigners coming in. I think in the last 1 year, this is the only practice that we had. And only Tyap people. In fact, even now they are not on Tyap because they have this my brother here, there's some other side of the country, which is down south. Right? So it's still need to do it. Is it what I still need it.
The North died in 1967. From 1967, North was in existing. So anybody who says he's a Northerner, you are an outside person, or you are a Kanuri or a Fulani.
So All these things now,
If you're not an you're a house person, a Fulani person,
you are not another. Not another.
No, you are not going to see but you are not going to happy.
no, yeah, we're not northern.
Yeah, I don't. We are having so second, let us not talk about it. I think this one is not. Let us address what the argument is. Okay. So, what we do here now is to prepare all of us ahead of the work. Now, what you are learning, you don't always learn and keep it to yourself. No. This is how you get the language. So that people can be literate. That initially we call them illiterate, but that is saying no, we should call them non-literate. If allow us to just call them by who we know them to be right sometimes. So, what we learn here is a set of people have to go. By virtue of partnering, you are also improving yourself. Because whatever we learn here, because between now and next coming, we forget. And a lot of us here, we are all their people. But by the time we leave here and go outside, if I see my brother here, we will start speaking either we speak short or we speak back, which I will not speak back. God knows that. I will not speak back. God knows that one. I will not speak. What happened to the language? How do you communicate the language? So this all of these things are part of the things that we are all here instilling ourselves. We should be proud of this. The Tyap is our identity. If you don't speak, it will die. And when you die off, anybody that doesn't have Tyap or an identity, that person always I don't know how to describe it. Because you know what's
Gotcha.
happening. That is
Gotcha.
So wherever we find ourselves, that's the language first. From Indian man, I have to choose. Right? With this guy, I go strong by the direction. But Jam Shema. So I have to send them to the village. I have to ship them down to the village. And another thing is that the payment we need our children is also part of the problem. It's also part of the problem. But I don't want to push on this one now because I know there's another person that will push on this one. But by the time you come, I don't push it. So I will make sure they do something. So please, we have a lot of problems as a people. And Korean chat,
Anesthesia.
anesthesia.
Get divine.
All this is part of the problem. That's why I don't much. What happened to us? I know some of us already made that mistake. There's still room for correction. I think when I was giving birth to, I level that I only know my English name. As a matter of fact, the name people know me, I'm the one that give myself that name. But I've extended that. Hello, love. The one that gave my name, I've extended it. Until we begin to make this longer from the inside. So for all of us that are here, now you begin to see yourself in a different level. In a different level. We are here to unlearn some certain things and to relearn some new things. And until we open our minds, we will not get them right. And we are not all here to just sit down, one picture, waste our time, and at the end of it, we have nothing. Please, we should prepare our mind because a lot of people this one just feels we are only here to like open the way so that you wouldn't see the address of the office. But the main thing I'm not. The main thing. So let me just post here. What I love that stuff. Okay. Let's see. And you know, a lot of us think that they are negative. They are not. Many of them, a few are, but most of them are not. The actual name of my mother is God. What is that? It's like that. If you don't know the context of that name, why should I give my child such a name? Okay? Uh, but hoping it means time that that child was in life. So many people were dying. Cut. Okay. You're going to leave it like that. Yeah, it's you are going to hope. Yeah, it's but that's a kind of this one that I love so much. Who what? Okay. So on and so. Yeah, what? Yeah, what? Okay. What are your enemies? Don't touch this one. Are you getting me? So every name in Tyap has context. Don't take it literally like the English people do. Naturally, white. It actually means what? White. Awesome. So, let me tell you, you know the name of my father? The one who gave back to me. Tuesday. The pattern. All right? But even that one had a context. And I will tell you the context. The context when the pregnancy of my father, as they told us, was on. There was an epidemic of measles. Are you following me? There was an epidemic of measles. And so many people, so many people are dying. So my father, what did he, my grandfather, what did he say? Please, I take you to my another place, his own, what do you call it, his own manor, in maternal house. So my grandmother therefore then gave back to this. The people in that place, this one is a stone, it's a rock, it will not die. And he survived. But you know, in those days, they were thinking that to give a house name Unikai. I think that's why they gave the name Two Feet. Otherwise, they would have given it Bank. Right? So can you what? Channel Chamber. So it's like you are claiming this child I want. But what people here in the state, you know the context? Anyway, let's go. All right? Oh, you know, yes. You know, one I don't know. You know, I found it inside my pocket, and I know you're the one that put it. Okay, do we understand it? Pronounce this one. Whatever. Eh? Whatever. Okwamto. Eh? Okwamba. All right? Chew it. Lump off. Okay? Eh? Let me see the up. What you want is what you are doing. There are two different words. All right? So Okay. This is one. So this one called one. What is a one? In-law. Your mother or father-in-law. Can you see? One. One. Can you see how they are laid out? Only one end separated. The other thing we notice is when you say here a word follows here, it will appear as if the one end has disappeared. For example, upon can you hear that? It's not upon upon back, right? So it's like the has disappeared. The word it is standing alone is there. Alright. So this is the long consonant. What do you call them?
Non-nasal.
Sorry, nasals. Okay. Then there is a fourth one, labialized consonant. Simply consonant followed by what? A W. And why are they called labialized? Because it has something to do with the labialized. All right? You can see them there. Hmm? TY, BY, TY, TY. All of them, there are so many. This list is not exhaustive. Okay? KY.
That's labialized.
Hey. Okay, let me. Okay, we have. Like that. Okay. Right, because okay. What to now, you can see that this single uh, basic sound is followed by W. This single one followed by W, followed by W. You can see this diagram is followed by W. You can see this diagram is followed by W. Okay? Now, read it out. Okay? Not what now. Yeah, I could have written this one, but this is one. Can you see that? All right. Maybe we can have a few examples like quack, quack. Another one, quack, walk. All right. How about that one? One, eh? Quack, quack, another one.
What?
Quack. Can I try that? Okay. You remember the what? Why not what? Was that about you? What is what? Yes. What? Not what? What about it? What? What? All right. Now how about this one? Eh? Eh? So, one. Yes. What? Walk. Walk. Uh-huh. Okay. One. Okay. So many. One.
So,
Eh?
so, yeah.
All right. So on. So yeah, rather, first there was the GHW. GHW all the time. Whoop, whoop. All right. And then this one. What? Okay. Uh-huh. What? What? Eh? Oh, who? So you tell me how the sound. It was. All right. This is the G, the sound. Sound. Ogwa, one, ogwa, ogwa za. Okay, ogwa, ogwa, and so on. Right? This is all to begin to put you on the path of what? Knowing how to right? Listen to the sound and know all this. Okay, you are done. That's all of the sound. So, any question? Or we proceed on? Then the palatalize because it is involving the palate. Deep, deep. So if you say deep, okay, like your tongue is almost touching the roof of your mouth. So the palate. All right? Okay, that's why it is palatalized. Okay? Palatalized. So, BY, GY, and sorry, GBY, no? But there is BY.
The DY, then GQ.
We are just taking a few examples, not we are taking everything.
HY.
Yeah. Okay? Any example?
Yeah.
Exactly. I see you inside my mind.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Abuse.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we have the next one. The next one. Okay, the next one. GUI. How do you prefer?
You have to do that.
Yeah, what of the cross?
Eh?
What the cross?
Yuck.
Yeah. What is
Yuck.
it? Okay, still the first one. I thought
Yes.
you mean the first second one.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Oh, no. Remember how I talked about it a little bit earlier?
Yeah.
Is it the correct one? No. It's a BY.
BY.
Not GB.
That's all right. Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
in a sugar tree, the you will pronounce it yes instead of but
Get
One of them.
get.
so tilt. That's it.
But those of us from Ghana area, they say, but I put it here. Okay, but people from the street, that's all. Get. All right. And so these are dialectical differences. Okay. So
Biar, bagi, itu buat bagi, biar, biar, biar,
yeah.
biar, that's bang, like a banza,
Okay.
a ganza,
Gaiza.
ganza.
But those of us in Canada say Gaiza. Some say Gaiza. Gaiza. That's a why there. But the rest of us say Gaiza. I get it. Right. Okay. Just take notes. So this one doesn't really belong to this category. Just for you to know the difference. The little difference between readings. Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tickle. Ah. Eh? Get to flake. When you have the dry wound, and it begins to the skin begins to flake off. And get all right.
Can you explain it?
When you have just an illustration, when you have a wound, a dry wound, especially when it is beginning to heal,
Yes.
the skin around that wound begins to flake to produce some puff.
Yeah.
Get, get. But it doesn't only apply to wound. Anything that is flaking like that. All right. Yeah. I don't know how to spell this one. He got. He got. Okay. Was it right? The last. Eh? Sorry. I put the. All right. Last but not the least, what do you call them? Ballot, ballot, labial consonant sound. It's a combination where the consonant sound is followed by Y and W. Okay, I'm sure you can take more examples here. Jump, get, jump, jump, jump.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Jump. Okay. Jump. All right. So you can have you can write your own example, but I'm sure we'll come across it again in some other days. All right. All right. Now what do the list? The wallet. Love be alive. consonant sound. Sorry. Y followed by W. Huh? Brother. Evan. Evan. Okay? Try. Try. Huh? Try. Try. Yeah. Wait, is it an A? Uh-huh. Try. Okay? Try. Try all this, the use of this word.
Yeah.
Huh? So, huh? No, chalk is just T-Y-O. Chalk, chalk, all right? Chalk, 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 chalk. This is an but I'm making sound here. Chalk, chalk, all right? Yeah? No. This is virtually there. Now, remember, don't all this long story is starting by saying that you gather, you ensure that you gather all your sound, the sound in your language. Okay? That's actually you gather all. And then you study how they are produced. Remember that? When you gather them, you do what? You classify. Remember that? Now, we said also that there are how many broad groups of sounds, six sounds. Two. What are what? Vowel sounds, consonant sound. Now, under consonant sounds, no, under vowel sound, we have how many categories? Three. One, monotone, long monotones, and then diphthongs. Okay? Now, under consonant sounds, we have how many? Six. One, monographs, and then consisting of what? Single sounds. And then diagrams, okay, comprising of two sounds making, and then you have the long, like what? FM. Okay. And then labialize. Why are they called labialize? And then the other one, palatalize, because they are how to do with the palate. Are you getting me? Right. And then finally, we have the palate, because the two are involved. The lips and the palate are involved. All right? But you know, these are not the only classifications we have. We can go on, and on, depending on how far going our classification. For example, we have something like, like this special, like long consonant sounds. We can call them nasal sounds. Why? Why? Very good. Because the air comes through the nose. As if you are a white man. Here, somebody speaks through this. They say, "What would you have become an have it? These are not sounds. There you know there are some sounds like they are shrieking, they are struggling to come out. between the lips and the teeth. There are some friction. These are fricates. Fricatives, okay, whatever, I don't know. That's the correct word, huh? Yeah. So, as I said, again, like the, okay, like an explosion comes out. And for that reason, they are going to ask plosives. How do you get me? Plosives. Good. And, good. These are plosives. Um, right?
Back.
But, they are what?
Plosives.
Close, they are also plosives. Can you say, bah? The lips are closed, then you release the air with force, like an explosion. All right? Then there are this one. Huh?
The laterals, erotic, sir.
Okay.
The one having to do with R.
There's voice and
Okay.
voice and voiceless sounds. Okay, let's do an experiment. Everybody will do it. There are two songs that I want you to produce. And then we are adding sound. This. Did you hear anything? Nothing. Okay. Make the sound Z. What did you hear? There are some vibrations. Okay. So the first one are voices. Second one are voice. So depending on the characteristics, I used to do what? We classify. But like we said, our function there is to do what? Know how to read and write. All these ones is just background information. Set you on the path of reading and writing. And since some of you, I believe, will be teaching others, it is important that you learn these things, so that when your learner asks you, you'll be able to know what. Some of us, these things were not expected. I went for a training in Jos. If you want. Most of what I know in Tyap, I learned it, like I said, like I got Googled, all sorts of things. Whatever is there, this fellow, I'm not sure he even went for training. But he knows what Tyap, original Tyap can be now. I speak more than I didn't get it. But when it comes to scripting Tyap, okay, one can write better than. What does that imply? That he has taken time, even himself, to read widely, read books, go to Google, go everywhere, wherever it is, and read it. Then, before you know it, you can. Right now, we are producing a document. I can tell you. I know that one. Not even that one. The one that we are talking about, we call it Tyap Wiki. Can somebody? I've been Chini, Tyap Wiki. I've been Chini, guys, or Jenny Bread, or something like that. Okay? So we are trying to gather it in due course, and the people involved, the aim really is to cover the whole Bible. Every passage, Bible. You take it, read up, and daily guide, daily prayer, or teaching. And then, so there are two ends there, isn't it? Number one, to render our faith in our language. Number two, as people read it, learn the language. That's the whole idea. You learn the language. The one you say I shouldn't tell them is that we are trying to gather what Somalia. Okay? You understand what Somalia? What is Somalia? Bank of words. What is that one? You can see that they are beginning to adopt the principle of developing a dictionary. It's a bank where you go and what do you normally do in the bank? You change what? Remove. So from a bank, what do? You remove the words, you fetch the words, and you use. That's the word. We are working on that also. So it requires what? This is personally, it has been all already. What are things? See, it's not just together words and put them down. No, there are some words. You, you know what they mean, but you cannot express what. And then there are some words that are lost. You have to go to other tribes and search for them. So there are times you take over a year looking for the meaning of one word. That's what it is. But you see, when it comes in a book form, you, you look simple, but one word there is by research. A lot of it. So these are the things that we are doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, family agent is a found to travel. You know what is the word? Revise it. So that when we come next time, we are not going to be repeating ourselves. So it is knowledge we are accumulating and we'll use thereafter. And make sure that, like as he said, you are not just learning this is for yourself, to keep yourself. It is useless. Go and reproduce yourself. All of us we are reproducing things. Should be bad one, reproduce process. That's it. If we fail in that one, it means we follow bootcamp. Useless effort. Right, so I think we can call it a day. Here, with respect to this one. Next time when we come, we will consider what we call alphabet. You're confused. What is alphabet? What is the program? What is the capital symbol? Yes. So please, but I'm sure since you have this, you can begin to read it ahead so that when we come next time, we don't do it. Thank you, ladies and
I don't know your timetable. To yanzu man kyau na zuke ne a Johnson. Ka zo wani buku wato ina da kyakle from strength of considered from zipia kashukum. Ayawana mwanzo awal kazubu museum pun kashukum awal yazo bukan ako kana zupo yang familia dishimo apa to kerja de pemimpin kita sampai ayun okay Beliau kayak recite kayak recite apa yang antara kayak oh you apa yang majas anai polmata
This will go again. For now. Beautiful. The next time, then I also my but you know those ones are not difficult since you have already known this one. Are you getting me? Once you get this one right, up to 100, the second song that we will learn when we come next time is the national anthem. You know, in Tyap. National anthem in Tyap. So please, if you miss it, you are on your own. And that's what we start with. So that you don't complain. So thank you.
Kamu nasib dia ada soal apa ya? Oh, kalau tu orang gua nanya gua orang kamu orang tak cukup. Gua bilang tu faham. Kasi dia tak cukup. Kamu memang so terus dia gua provide attention concept tapi yang saya pun juga
Okay. Before you start, what is Bayan? Sign. Sign. There's a way to start. I hope you know that one. So go ahead.
Once number yok saya kan na ko ga cikin kan jannan yang kan so da yang wani yang da kan so na goyi shi sun tare na da tashi kun ka mun sa ko wani da ka biya mu na ya tashi kun san wa ni ba kuna tashi kun ne Ijana Ochu Akachan Sukona ikan tu. Asi senyum bunga nang tinyan nang kepangnya. Jawa nyamung itu terkadung. Yang ji orang tak terkat yang benang jah. Kemudian macam anak ini. Biasanya thải giáo sinh viên thải tên cho cạnh sẽ trình ra bằng thải xóa sẽ kín đột viên ở chặt chắc cho cạnh sinh viên giáo viên dọc xây bên ngát và các sẽ thay hiện ở trong mà Bersetim Ziam. Bersetak kunci kamu kepada ini. Juga kat sudut Ziam. Ziam di gunung suatu cak kedua. Ziam sesungguhnya suatu cak itu pekat. Suatu cak itu bukan. Ziam sesungguhnya suatu cak itu bukan. Nia itu mesti dapat. Itu dia dua. Nia berkulit secara mengerti. Itu mesti setor film buku. Itu buku cak bambu. Itu terbaca jom. Itu mesti nia kai. Ni zaku yo ni zaku dunia yo buku shenya ni buku shio buku kok mo angka yang kubayani buku sini yang buat another oboka是家访别的你放掉是家访是家访别的可是那的将军不是你让是你是哪去不本年里让是你不是你不住看我第二个方卡这是啥几个本地里你那个呢kan sak pangka pembusinya baik betul kan oh monta mengangka ya kasih begini Pak jadi hubungan dia ke ini yang teman juga betul betul Tapi ini kita sambuat mana? Jadi aku sambuat kali, disebutkan saya. Ini maksudnya ada tunggu. Saya yang dekat itu. Kasih punya. Jangan. Yang itu aku sambuat, aku sambuat. Saya Aslinya chat maktum. Okay, aslinya chat maktum. Sorry. Aslinya nya benar kuat. Nya okay, sorry. Aslinya benar kuat. Cai tadi aku Kenalan contohnya, saya mai bu pesawat. Siang bersesak mam dan benar cuma ni pesawat su bukan amali pun ayah pesawat makayang bakal senyam baju tak amba yang domani Mamung sebagai bersikap saya sesuatu membuat pokok. Namun nat of fun zonka ni zili abusan buat pokok saya sepuluh bel tun sepuluh abusan buat buat saya jin tun senyum kuma abusan buat sesuatu ni saya senyum abusan buat sesuatu sihat abusan buat sesuatu ali nang alanayin ayok suai
Welcome. So, sebagai abangkan, yang tahu. Oh, yang buat tu, there's another video. So, bukan nanti, abang pun akan share online now. So when we look at this very document, we'll see that this one is an old document, and this website was opened around, let's say, 2011 or thereabout. So that time was before the publishing of the New Testament Bible. So there were some works that were done on it, but there were changes afterwards. So one, the spelling of lineage, you see Nine. But when you go down, you are going to see another spelling, which is quite inconsistent. So in one change, in a linear, NY is near sound. Here. So you see ni, instead of linear, is which is not actually the that most people see. So, Shansha, even the spelling error, in the English kind of young. We don't have the U here, and it's YONG. And then another one is this CHUNG. Yes, and if you have the New Testament, you are going to see CHUNG. The Bible was published in the year 2050, but then there was a new development. Before now, there used to be the language literacy and Bible translation trust in Awokili. So that Bible translation trust did the Bible translation, they did the literacy, they did everything that has to do with their language. But later on, the language development board was created around 2018. 2018.
Yes, yeah.
So around 2018, because there was actually a head also. So I think this talks about the separation has been going on since like at least 2012 or thereabouts. But it took some time before that agreed, and 2018 they separated them. So the Bible translation board, they are in charge of only the Bible translation. And then the language development board is now in charge of the literacy and everything that has to do with the writing of the Tiab language. So that's where Atienzo, so he is the assistant chairman of the TIAF Language Development Board, and also the literacy coordinator of the entire project. So that's why as Wikimedians, when we started Wikimedia version in TIAF area in 2012, and then we got approved in 2022. We have to work in right from 2020 together with the language development board, because we don't want to spell Thai, for example, in the Wikipedia with Y, with J, or with Y at the end here, and Belong usually render their own. If Belong is writing Thai, now they write it with Y, TSSSAAY. Together we can it that's the people of Ghana will they are historically they are kind of embedded, they mix so much with our people. So our language has infiltrated into their language so much that their own version of development is something else. So it can become another language entirely. So you will call them a tier, then they call themselves Ethan, and then their language is Eten. We are the people is a tier, and then the people speak tier, and then the land itself is a tier. So that's why I say I'm going to a tier. That's not Matia Ka Ka. I was in Zibia Ba. I was in the Tiam Jazia, so you find those differences not only within the tier area, people should Balia Ju, or what I think I see a Kaishu, or then if I was here Kaishu,
Would you?
So, but in Tiab now we call Kaishu, and the other also is Kaishu, Kaishuka, Kaishupa, then their language Jochi. So you see that language, they get the G, Shomji, Tiamji, Baji. But the people is Ba, Anyaba, Java, Ayoba, Amankoba, Adaba, Asokoba, Adukoba, Ashomba, Apan. Oh,
That
that
was
was the
different.
difference. That's a
That was different.
difference. Yes, ada orang Pampa, aku Bajika, there's also a difference. So, but the land itself is usually Kaka, so a Yoka, a Japka, a Zukunka, a Banka. Yeah. So we have about six definite articles, meanwhile, English has only one. So we'll get to know about all these things as we continue in the lessons. So we'll just rush into the media editing. Okay, can
Uh, the question, the way we start emphasize this issue of fluency. We are going to read how, read and write how. Fluency. I'm surprised that your fluency has reached this level in Tiap. Okay? Uh, but of course, there's always room for improvement. So you work with that. I think yes, because you don't want to hear you or anybody uh, reading as if it's counting the words. There are areas, a few areas where it sounded as if you are counting, mentioning them one by one, something like that. Language is not like that usually. But for the most part, you did the correct thing. Okay? So that's all that I, like the longer version of this now, you are aware of,
yes.
there's a longer version of this second, much longer.
Right here. But there was something I started, I didn't even finish what I was saying. So I was saying that the Tyap Language Development Board was created in 2018, and then there were some changes that were done to the alphabet itself. So before now, we used to render the Ch sound as CH, just like you are seeing chunk here, CH. But when the Tyap Language Development Board came, that CH was reduced to C, because we have almost all the languages that are related to Tiap around our region, both Zulu, Tiap, Belon, um, Uchoda, and Jukum, they all render their chill sound as C only. Even the Hausa language, when they started in 1913's Bible publication, the Hausa language Bible, it was CH for, let's say, chief, for example, to it. Coincidentally, included chief. I don't know who borrowed from. So later on, the house language then changed from CH to C because what is the use of having CH when you don't have a C? It's like you are bringing something that you are adding problem to or making it longer when it doesn't have to. So the same thing with Yoruba, we also find the same issue. Like Yoruba language doesn't have the P sound, pa is not existing. So instead it's the pa sound that is existing. So but if you look at names of places, names of words or words like that, like this APA, Lagos, you call it Apapa, but it's not Apapa, it's Apapa.